Hi friends, I am Poonam and this is the fourth video in the series of Basics of Procurement and Supply Chain Management. In this video, we will delve into the distinction between category management and strategic sourcing. We will follow a similar approach to my previous video by starting with a conceptual understanding and then use an example to enhance our understanding. If you have not seen my previous video explaining the 7 steps of strategic sourcing, I recommend watching it prior to this video to gain a better overview. As discussed earlier, strategic sourcing focuses on identification, evaluation, and selection of suppliers and the negotiation of contracts to achieve the best possible value for an organization. It is a process-driven approach to sourcing and procurement. Mainly, the responsibilities of strategic sourcing professionals include: first is supplier identification. They conduct market research and analysis to identify potential suppliers that can meet the organization's requirements. They evaluate suppliers based on criteria such as capabilities, quality, capacity, and financial stability. The next responsibility is request for proposal or RFP development. Strategic sourcing professionals create and manage the RFP process. They define the scope of work, specifications, and evaluation criteria to solicit competitive bids from supplier. They are responsible for suppliers' evaluation and selection. Strategic sourcing professionals assess supplier proposals, conduct supplier evaluations, and make recommendations for supplier selection. They consider factors such as price, quality, delivery capabilities, financial stability, and risk management. Next is contract negotiation. They negotiate contract with selected suppliers with an aim to achieve favorable terms and conditions, including pricing, payment terms, service level agreements, and performance metrics. Now, before we start talking about category management, let's try to understand what is a category. A category is a group of related products or services, and hence category management refers to the strategic approach of managing a specific group of related products or services throughout the life cycle. Mainly the responsibilities of a category manager include: first is understanding the category. Category managers conduct in-depth analysis and research to gain a comprehensive understanding of the category, including market trends, supplier landscape, customer requirements, and industry dynamics. Their next responsibility is strategic planning. Category managers develop and implement strategic plans and objectives for their assigned categories. They define the category strategy, which includes determining sourcing strategies, supplier selection criteria, pricing models, and performance metrics. One of the most important responsibilities of category managers is supplier relationship management. They are responsible for establishing and maintaining relationships with suppliers within their categories. They negotiate contracts, manage supplier performance, and ensure the continuous availability of goods and services at optimal quality and cost levels. Last but not the least, the responsibilities of category managers also includes demand management and stakeholder collaboration. Category managers collaborate with internal stakeholders such as end users, business units to assess and anticipate demand requirements. They align procurement activities with demand forecast, ensuring adequate inventory levels and minimizing supply disruptions. In some of the organizations, contract negotiations are done within category management as a part of life cycle management of the category. Now, let's try to understand this distinction by taking an example. Suppose the task is to procure IT services for a large organization. Then let's see what will be the specific responsibilities of these teams. Starting with category management, the first responsibility would be to understand the category. The category management team would conduct comprehensive research to understand the organization's IT requirements, current market trends, emerging technologies, and industry best practices. They would analyze the IT service landscape, including hardware, software, network infrastructure, and support services. The next responsibility would be strategic planning. Based on the understanding of the category, the team would develop a strategic plan. They would define the organization's IT service goals, identify opportunities for cost optimization, determine the sourcing strategy, that is, whether to outsource or build in-house capabilities, and establish performance metrics for service providers. One of the most important responsibilities of category managers is supplier relationship management. The team would identify and evaluate IT service providers. They would assess potential suppliers based on the factors such as expertise, experience, service capabilities, financial stability, and compatibility with the organization's culture. They would negotiate contracts, establish service level agreements, and manage supplier relationships to ensure service quality and timely delivery. One of the responsibilities would also be demand management. Collaborating with IT departments and end users, the category management team would assess the organization's IT service demand. They would analyze the required service levels, determine the optimal location of resources, and align procurement activities accordingly. They would also monitor market dynamics and anticipate any changes in demand to ensure adequate supply and avoid disruptions. Now let's see what will be strategic sourcing actions. As discussed, the first responsibility would be supplier identification. The strategic sourcing team would identify potential IT service providers through market research, industry databases, and referrals. They would evaluate suppliers based on their capabilities, track record, certifications, references, and pricing models. They would create a list of qualified suppliers for further evaluation. Next responsibility would be request for proposal development. The strategic sourcing team would develop a detailed RFP for IT services. They would identify the scope of work, service requirements, technical specifications, evaluation criteria, and contractual terms. RFP would be designed to solicit competitive bids and enable a fair evaluation of supplier proposals. Next responsibility will be supplier evaluation and selection. The strategic sourcing team would evaluate supplier proposals received in response to the RFP. They would assess the proposals based on factors such as pricing, service capabilities, technical expertise, scalability, flexibility, and alignment with the organization's requirements. Through a rigorous evaluation process, they would shortlist potential suppliers for further consideration. One of the responsibilities would also be contract negotiation, although in some of the organizations it is done by category management as a part of lifecycle management. Once the shortlisted suppliers are identified, strategic sourcing team would enter contract negotiation. They would work with legal and procurement teams to negotiate pricing, payment terms, SLAs, intellectual property rights, data security measures, and any other contractual provisions. Their aim would be to secure the best possible terms and achieve a mutually beneficial agreement. In summary, the category management team focuses on the overall management and optimization of IT services within the organization, while the strategic sourcing team is responsible for identifying and selecting the best suppliers to meet the organization's IT service needs. The category management team takes a strategic approach, while the strategic sourcing team executes the procurement process in alignment with the category strategy. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. If you have any suggestions for other topics that you would like me to cover in this series, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. Goodbye.